Okay, so it's going. There's sound and everything. I'm assuming they're hearing even us talk right now.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if there was a. See, the past was like a.
What looks different is this?
Yeah, there on the old one, there was like a little button on here that you hit it and it paused it. Like I didn't know if there was such a thing. You'd think there would be, but I don't know if anybody knew about it. Like I'm.
I don't. Probably that one.
Test 1 2.
Okay, do it again because it's like a 3-second delay.
Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15.
I can hear you. That means that.
I just like having like a cough.
Adam Jones.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here. I'll tell him to stop.
Okay, great. Thank you.
In the lineup for the quarterback, John Thomas.
Hello once again, and welcome to Daleville Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. We're coming to you tonight from Daleville High School, where the Lady Broncos are hosting the Southern Wells Lady Raiders out of the Allen County Athletic Conference in a non-conference contest this evening. And before we look at the matchups, I will let you know that Muncie Central's junior varsity team came over to play the Lady Broncos this evening, as Southern Wells didn't have a JV team travel. And in that JV game, Muncie Central was victorious over the Lady Broncos by the score of 31-14. Looking at Southern Wells tonight, they're coached by Jessica Killingbeck. They entered tonight's game with a 4-6 record overall, 0-2 in ACAC play. They are currently on a 3-game losing streak, having lost to Adams Central, Mississinawa, and Bluffton over the last 2 weeks. Their last win came over Elwood, 38-34, back on November the 20th. Again, 4-6 is their overall record, 0-2 in ACAC play. Our DHS Lady Broncos are coached by Ashley Fouch. They currently are sitting at 500. They're 4-4. They are 0-2 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. Lady Broncos have alternated wins and losses so far this year. They've not had a win streak or a losing streak longer than one game. Most recently, Daleville beat Alexandria by the score of 67-57 last Monday, but they fell to Randolph Southern last Wednesday by the score of 50-33. We will take a break, and when we come back, we'll get you to the starting lineups. This is Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Here are your starting lineups. First, for the visiting Lady Raiders of Southern Wells, at one guard will be Riley Tappy. She wears number 14. She is a 5'4" freshman. At another guard will be Juniper Tucker. She wears number 21. She is a 5'4" junior. At a third guard will be Georgia Hanauer. She wears number 24. She's a 5'7" sophomore. At forward spot will be Kirtland Noble. She wears number 12. She is a 5'11" senior. And in the middle for the Lady Raiders this evening will be number 55, Jadelyn Thomas. As we look at the Lady Broncos, starting at one guard tonight will be Mackenzie Walker. She is a senior. She wears number 5. She enters tonight's game averaging 10.7 points a game, 6.1 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 3 steals per contest. At another guard will be Ashlyn Craig. She'll run the point tonight. She wears number 14. She averages 11.3 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. At a forward will be Malia Walker. She is a sophomore. She wears number 13. She averages 4.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. At another forward will be Heather Potler. She leads the Lady Broncos in scoring, and I would assume is one of the leading scorers in the area at 22 points per game. She pulls down 10 big rebounds per contest, averages 2 assists and 2 steals per contest. She wears numbers 23, and she is just a sophomore. And then in the middle tonight will be Audrey Voss. She is a freshman. She wears number 30. She averages 9 points and 5 rebounds per contest. And as I look across the way, the big American flag is coming down, and we will momentarily have the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our second half of our Daleville doubleheader with our friends from Southern Wells and our Daleville Broncos. At this time, I'd like to make you stand and move your hats as we pay honor to our country.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose
welcome once again to Daleville High School as we entertain our friends from Southern Val, the Rangers of Southern Val. At this time, there's a message from the ISHAA. Good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of athletics. Our student athletes recognize that judgment calls by coaches, officials, and themselves are made in good faith and should be respected. Expectations from both of these teams are training from rivalry and easy comments. Remember the importance of organized game to support the student athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. This time I'd like to introduce the non-starters for your Southern Lady Raiders. Number 23, Number 24, Taylor Wood. Number 35, Alexis Smith. Number 25, Sarah Wolfhouse. Number 20, Taylor Bolton. Number 11, Aspen Reese. And number 2, Billy Price. Starting at forward, 5'11" senior, number 12, Kirkland Noah. Starting at the other forward, a 5'4" freshman, number 14, Riley Babbage. Starting in guard, number 21, 5'4", June. Starting guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 24, Georgia Outside. Sophomore, number 55, Jaden Thomas. And now for the Daleville Broncos. Eddie Iceland. Sky Miller. Ellie Foster. And Hannah Allen. Third guard, 5'2" senior, number 5, Kenzie Walker. Third guard, 5'5" senior, number 14, Ashley Craig. Sophomore, number 13, Eliah Walker. One forward, number 23, 5'10" sophomore, Heather Alford. And 5'10" freshman, number 30, Audrey Law.
We're back here at Daleville High School. We're just about getting ready to get things underway in this contest between the Southern Wells Lady Raiders and your own Daleville Lady Broncos. As we said, both teams, actually, the Broncos are still in the huddle. The Lady Raiders are out, and they've taken the court. Raiders, as we said, will be going with number 12, Noble, number 24, that's Hanauer, number 55, Thomas, number 14, Tappy, and number 21, Tucker. Stepping in to jump it up for the Broncos will be Heather Potler. And we have Heather Potler, both Walker sisters, Voss and Craig in the starting lineup for the Broncos. Tips up, ball tip is controlled by the Broncos, given off quickly to Mackenzie Walker. Walker high right side. Working against man-to-man pressure from Southern Wells. Goes high left side to Malia. Reverses it around to Powell. Powell looks, gives it between the circles to Voss. Reverses it right side to Craig. Craig shot fake, looking, skips it across the top to Malia Walker, then to Mackenzie Walker. She skips it over to Powell. Powell sets up for a three-pointer. It rims in and out. No good. Rebound fought for, cleared off by Thomas of Southern Wells. With it now for the Lady Raiders is Tappy. Tappy walks it across the timeline. Goes high left side to Tap to Tucker. Reverses it down on the baseline to Tucker. Tucker's 19-footers up off the front of the no good. Rebound cleared off by Malia Walker. She gives it off to her sister Mackenzie. Mackenzie across the timeline. Now 40 feet straight away. Dribbles right wing. Stays on the dribble. Puts up a runner in the lane. It's up off the backboard. No good. Rebound cleared off by Thomas of Southern Wells. She gives it off to Tappy. Broncos in a 2-3 zone. Goes high left side to Hanover. They work it around back to Hanover. Hanover, let's go with a three-pointer. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Rattles around. Finally cleared off by Voss of Daleville. Daleville gets it off to Craig. Craig gives it up quickly to Powler. Powler left baseline. Loses it momentarily. Loose ball on the floor. Picked up by Tappy of Southern Wells. She goes high left side to Hanauer. Hanauer drives left baseline. Loses it momentarily. Ball's picked up by Walker of Daleville. She takes it the length of the court, dumps it off to Powler, who loses it out of bounds. Turnover Broncos. Gives the ball back to the Lady Raiders. No score. 6:24 to play here, quarter number one. Broncos drop back in a 2-3 zone defense. Tucker triggers the ball into Tappy. Tappy now between the circles, goes high right side to Tucker. Tucker skips it across to Hanauer. Hanauer looking, tries to go down inside to Noble, but has it knocked away and out of bounds. Last touch by Heather Voss. Correction, that's Audrey Voss. It'll be Raider basketball in front of the Bronco bench. They trigger the ball inbounds. With it now is Tappy between the circles. Goes high left side to Tucker. Tucker back to Tappy. Penetrates. Pulls up a 19-footer off the back of the board. Rebound is pulled off by Voss of Daleville. She gives it off to Mackenzie Walker. Walker, a long pass down to her sister, drives left baseline, puts up a runner. It is up and good. So Malia Walker gets the first 2 points of the ball game here. And back up with it for Southern Wells now is Hanauer. She goes right side here to Tucker. Tucker tries to skip it across, but it's stolen away by Mackenzie Walker. Walker goes the length of the court, puts up a runner in the lane, off the rim, no good, loose ball. Fought for, picked up by Craig. Craig lets fly with a three-pointer on the near side. It's off the backboard, no good. Rebound cleared off by Thomas of Southern Wells. She gives it off to Tappy. Tappy across the timeline, comes near side. Nearly stolen away, but jump shot, 17-foot wing jump shot there by Hanauer's no good. Loose ball picked up by Hanover. Now it's fought for out of bounds on the far side. They say last touch by Tucker of Southern Wells. And with that, the Lady Raiders will take a timeout. 2-0 your score, 5:12 to play. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Daleville Athletics. Broncos triggered in, three-quarter court. Walker gives it off to Craig. And that horn sounding as play is going on, but that doesn't stop play. As Walker with it now, top of the key, looking. Goes high right side to Powell. Powell drives the right baseline, puts up a runner, up too strong. Rebound loose, fought for, and up with it for Southern Wells is Tappy. Tappy being pressured by Powell. As the Broncos extend their defense a little bit here. Actually, they go into a 1-3-1. High right side is Southern Wells. As Tappy, she goes to Noble, gets it back out on top. Now they go down inside to Thomas. Thomas is running in the lane, is up and good. Knocks things up to a piece. And we got a whistle and officials timeout as Malia Walker goes down hard. Looks like she has possibly might have knocked knees with someone else or hit it hard on the floor. But she seems to be okay. Official confirms with the Bronco bench. And we're going to get a substitution. And into the lineup for the Broncos tonight will be Hannah Allen as Malia Walker will sit down. McKenzie triggers the ball into Ashton Craig. Southern Wells now appears to look like they're maybe in a 1-3-1, but then they match up, so they're in a man. High right wing, it goes to Walker. Walker goes down, tries to go down inside the boss, but throws away. Loose ball picked up, and up with it is Tappy for Southern Wells. Tappy being pressured by Powell. Broncos in that 1-3-1. Now they fall back into a 2-3 zone. They go high post to Thomas. Thomas kicks it out on top to Tappy, reverses it over to Tucker. Back to Tucker. Now Tappy high right side. Looking, goes right baseline to Hanauer. Hanauer goes down inside to Noble. Noble puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebound by Thomas is up and good. Puts Southern Wells up by 2, 4-2. Craig with it now for Daleville. Goes high left side to Allen, down the right left wing to Powler, goes down inside to Craig. Craig's layup in the lane's no good, off the rim. Rebound is cleared off by Hanauer. Hanauer brings it up herself, gets it up quickly to Noble. Noble in the lane, puts up a little jumper. It's blocked away and out of bounds. Last touch by Daleville. So it'll be Lady Raider basketball out underneath their own basket as Allen sits down and Malia Walker re-enters the lineup for Daleville. Tucker will trigger the ball in bounds. Looking, gets it inside in front of the basket to Noble. She kicks it back out to Hanauer. Hanauer drives the lane, dumps it off down inside to Thomas, who puts up a layup and scores it, makes it a 6-2 Lady Raider lead. Craig across the timeline with it for the Lady Broncos. Goes down inside to Malia Walker. Walker in the left block, dumps it off to Craig, who has it knocked away, out of bounds. They say it was carried out of bounds there by Tappy. It'll be Bronco basketball underneath their own basket. Mackenzie Walker all triggered in. Gets it into Heather Voss, kicks it out to Walker. Walker spots up for a three-pointer on the near baseline. It's up and good. Trims the Lady Raider lead to 1, 6-5. 3 minutes to go here, quarter number 1. Tappy with it for Southern Wells. They work against the 1-3-1 defense. Thomas gets it top of the key, kicks it out to Hanauer. Hanauer's 18-footers up, no good. Rebound fought for, and who's just going to be there, going to give the ball to Daleville. So it was last touch by Thomas, I believe. Craig with it now for the Lady Broncos. Craig high left side to Malia Walker, gets to the Powler left wing looking. Gets it back out the top of the key to Voss, reverses it to Mackenzie Walker. She drives left side, backs it back out, gives it to her sister. Malia straight away, gives it to Walker, to Walker's wing. Three-pointer's no good, off the rim. Loose ball, fought for, picked up by Southern Wells is Hanauer, and they're going to say we're going to get a reach-in foul against Daleville. Going to get Ashlyn Craig for that foul, I believe. That's her first. Team's first. Southern Wells with it. Tappy high right side. Goes high post to Thomas. Thomas 16-foot turnaround jump shots up off the back iron. No good. Rebound cleared off by Craig. Craig with it across the timeline quickly. Drives right side. Gives it off to Mackenzie Walker. Walker left wing. Dribble centers it now. She's between the circles. Now she drives right wing. Looking. Drives right baseline now. Puts up a runner. It is too strong. Rebound cleared off there by Tappy. Tappy with it now for Southern Wells. Working against pressure from Powler. Goes high right side to Tucker. Tucker goes high post to Thomas. Goes left wing to Hanauer. Hanauer gives it back to Tucker. Tucker 17-footer straight away. Hard off the rim. No good. Rebounds cleared off by Walker of Daleville. She's up quickly. Gets it off to Malia. Malia loses it out of bounds. And they're going to say that it was touched by Southern Wells. It'll be Bronco basketball. We got substitutions for Southern Wells as Thomas and Tucker sit down, and we have Bothist into the lineup as one of the substitutions. I'll pick up the other one in a minute. Craig tries to go down to Walker, but has it stolen away there by Hanauer. They give the ball to Tucker. Tucker drives the left side, has it blocked by Voss, but clean block, but she came down on the end line, so it'll be Southern Wells basketball underneath their own basket. 1:24 to play here. Quarter number 1. Raiders lead it by 1, 6-5. They triggered the ball in bounds to Bothus. She puts it up in the lane. It's no good. Rebounds cleared off there by Hanauer. Puts up a 14-footer. It hits the runner front of the rim, crawls over, and goes in, makes it an 8-5 Lady Raider lead. Craig with it now for Daleville. Craig, 40 feet from the basket straight away. Penetrates, drives right wing. Goes down inside to Malia Walker. Her turnaround jump shots, blocked, knocked away, picked up by Mackenzie Walker, gets it out on top to Potler, who puts up a 16-footer. It's no good, but she was fouled just as she released the shot, so she's going to go to the line. And they say it was not on the shot, it was after the shot, so she's going to have one in bonus, I believe, although first free throw is up and good. Actually, that's a 2-shot free throw. The Broncos are not yet in the bonus. Makes it an 8-6 contest as we're under a minute to play. 54.4 seconds to go here, quarter number 1. Potler's second free throw is up and also good. Trims the Raider lead to 1. Lees triggers the ball inbounds to Tappy. Tappy penetrates that 1-3-1 defense, gets it over to Noble, gets it across this side to Lees, back out on top to Tappy, who's 18-footer straight away, is short, no good, out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. Walker triggers the ball inbounds to Craig. She works between the circles, goes high right side to Potler. Potler looking now, gets it over to Walker. Walker's three-pointer off the glass and good. Makes it a 10-8 Bronco lead now as we near the 22nd mark here of quarter number 1. Southern Wells with it now. Between the circles is Tappy, goes left side to Noble. She ships it across the leaves. It's stolen away by Mackenzie Walker. She takes the length of the court, puts up a left-hand runner in the lane. No good. Rebound cleared off by bothest of Southern Wells. 5 seconds to play. And up with it is Noble. Noble, 2 seconds, 1 second. Noble puts a shot up in the lane. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul there at the horn. I think is going to go against Dale. But no, they're going to say it's a charging foul as Malia Walker appeared to be sat in the lane there. So at the horn, a charging foul is called. 10-8 your score here at the first quarter break. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about a minute. You're listening to Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Your score here as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. It'll be Southern Wells basketball here on the near side. Tappy will trigger the ball inbounds to Lees. She gives it back to Tappy, high right side. Skips across to Lees. Now working against that 1-3-1 zone of Daleville. They go left side to Hanauer. Hanauer tries to go high post to both halves, but it's stolen away by Potler. Potler brings it across the 10-second line quickly, but has it knocked out of bounds from behind. It'll be Bronco basketball on the far side from the scorer's table. Mackenzie Walker will trigger the ball inbounds to Ashlyn Craig. Craig now working against pressure from Southern Wells. Drives left side, puts up a runner. It's up no good. We got a whistle and a foul against Southern Wells, and Ashlyn Craig will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And they're going to get number 14 of Southern Wells. That's Riley Tappy. That's her first, as the first free throw is up and no good. Ashlyn ready, her second one. It's up. This one goes through, makes it an 11-8 Bronco lead. Southern Wells with it now. Across the timeline is Tappy. Goes near side to Lees. Lees tries to go right wing, I should say, but it's kicked out of bounds by Daleville. Hanauer trigger the ball inbounds. Gets it inbounds to Tappy. Tappy skips it across to Lees. Comes back near side here to Tappy. She penetrates, goes right wing to Hanauer, gets it high post to Bothus. They work it around. They go down inside to Noble, but she loses it. We're going to get a foul call against Daleville. It looked like maybe they're going to get Voss on that foul. It's her first. Raiders trigger the ball inbounds. They get the ball inbounds to Bothus, who puts it up and misses. The rebound is cleared off by the Broncos. Craig with it now. Across the timeline here, straight away between the circles. Correction, that was Walker. They get it now to Poutler, left wing. Now top of the key to Voss. Voss's three-pointer straight away is off the backboard and rim. No good. Rebound's cleared off by Hanauer of Southern Wells. She gives it off to Tappy. Tappy working against pressure from Poutler. Poutler steals it. Has it knocked away. This last touch by Southern Wells, I believe, goes out of bounds. It'll be Bronco basketball underneath their own basket. So another steal there by Heather Poutler. She's unable to convert it, but it'll be Bronco basketball. As substitutions for Southern Wells, Lee sits down and back into the lineup. I believe that was Tucker back into the lineup. Bronco basketball. Poutler with it high right side. Gives it off to Craig. Craig, 19-footer, up off the back of the board, back of the rim. No good. Rebound cleared off by Noble. She gives it off to Tappy. Tappy, high left side. Reverses it to Tucker. Tucker penetrates right side, gives it off right wing. And they reverse it around. Tucker with it now. And she gives it off to Tappy, who has it stolen away. And up with it for Daleville is Walker. Walker, high right side, penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner. No good, but it's picked off there by Poutler, who puts it up. And she's fouled in the act of shooting. So Heather Poutler will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Broncos lead at 11-8. 6:13 to play here, quarter number 2. Heather Poutler with 2 free throws. Heather's first one's up, nothing but the bottom of the net. Substitutions for Southern Wells. Lees re-enters the lineup, as does Thomas. Tappy and Noble will sit down. Poutler's second free throw. It's up and also good. Makes it a 13-8 contest. Southern Wells basketball. Lees with it now. Crosses the timeline. Again, working against that 1-3-1. Goes high left side to Hanauer. Hanauer goes high post to Thomas. Thomas, 17-footer straight away off the back iron. No good. Rebound loose. Fought for, picked up by Walker of Daleville. McKenzie across the timeline, goes right wing to Craig. Craig shot fake, drives the right wing, goes down inside to Voss. Voss puts it up in the lane. Off the rim, no good. Rebound's pulled off by Poutler. She puts it back up. That one won't fall. Rebound's fought for, cleared off by Hanauer of Southern Wells. Hanauer brings it across the timeline herself, gives it off to Lee's right wing, goes down inside to Thomas. Loose ball on the floor, fought for, picked up by Tucker. We're going to get a whistle and a jump ball called. And the possession error points in the direction of the Broncos. Broncos lead it by 5, 13-8, 5:39 to play here, quarter number 2. Craig with it for Daleville. Slowly brings it across the 10-second line. She works against man-to-man pressure, goes high left side to Poutler. Poutler left wing. Looking, uses the ball screen. Step back three-pointer is up off the rim. No good. Rebound by Voss. She puts it back up. She misses. Rebounds finally fought for and cleared off there by Hanauer of Southern Wells. She's used her dribble, gives it off to Tucker. Back to Hanauer. Hanauer across the timeline. Goes right baseline to Bothus. Bothus goes down, tries to go down inside to Tucker. Tucker comes up with it, kicks it back out on top. 19-footer straightaway by Lees is off the rim. No good. Rebound finally cleared off by the Broncos. Walker across the timeline. McKenzie takes it to the length of the court, puts up a runner. That one is off the rim. No good. Rebound cleared off by Bothus of Southern Wells. She gives it off to Hanauer. Hanauer gets it up to left wing to Tucker, back to Hanauer. She passes it near side to Lees, back to Hanauer, penetrates, goes left wing to Tucker. Tucker's 18-footer from the wing is off the back iron, no good. Rebound is cleared off by Hanauer, puts up a runner in the lane. It's off the glass and in. Trims the Bronco lead to 3 at the 4:30 mark here of quarter number 2. Craig now between the circles for Daleville, drives, takes it right wing. Reverses it, top of the key to Walker. Walker penetrates, gives it off to Craig. Three-pointer right wing is up off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for and cleared off by Thomas. Thomas gives it off to Hanauer, Southern Wells. She brings it across the timeline, working against pressure, and is stolen away by Poutler. Poutler takes it the length of the court, puts up a runner. It's knocked away. We're going to get a foul against Hanauer of Southern Wells. So Heather Poutler will go to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. 13-10 your score. Broncos lead it by 3. 4:04 to play here, quarter number 2. Heather with a chance to extend that lead if she can knock these free throws down. First free throw's up and good. Substitution for Daleville as Emmy Isom enters the lineup for the first time tonight, replacing Walker. Rebounds, second shot's up, no good. Rebounds fought for, and Voss puts it up and misses, but she's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. So Audrey Voss will step to the line. Mackenzie Walker's who sat down. Voss's free throw is up and good. The Broncos go with Voss, Malia Walker, Poutler, Isom, and Craig. Heather readies her second free throw. I should say Audrey. Her second free throw is up, no good. Rebound cleared off by Southern Wells across the timeline with it is Lee. She goes left wing. Jump shot by Tucker is off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for, put back up by Tucker. I believe that's who that was, and it was no good. We got a loose ball fought for. We're going to get a whistle and a jump ball called. Possession arrow points in favor of Southern Wells. So Tucker triggers the ball in bounds. She gets it into Hanauer. Hanauer, reverse jump shot in the lane's up, no good. Rebound fought for, pulled off by Voss of Daleville, gives it off to Craig, and we've got a whistle and a full timeout called by Coach Fouch. So we'll take a break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. 15-10 your score. Broncos lead it by 5. 3:41 to play here, quarter number 2. Daleville will have it. Isom triggers the ball inbounds to Craig. She'll go the length of the court. Now across the timeline. Goes high post to Power. Power gives it back off to Craig. Craig puts up a run on right side off the back iron. No good. Rebound pulled down by Voss. She puts it back up and scores. Makes it a 17-10 Bronco lead. Lee's with it now for Southern Wells. High left side, gets it near side here to Hanauer. Now right wing to Bothus. Back to Hanauer. And she tries to reverse it over to Lee's, but she throws it away into the scorer's table. So it'll be Bronco basketball on the far side in front of their bench. Isom will trigger the ball inbounds to Craig. Craig with it, high right side, goes down the baseline to Isom. Isom shot fake. Reverses it over to Poutler. Poutler looking, penetrates, step back, 18-footer. Is up and nothing but the bottom of the net. Makes it a 19-10 Bronco lead. As we go under the 3-minute mark here of quarter number 1. Lee's with it for Southern Wells. Tries to skip it across to Hanau, but she throws it away. It'll be Bronco basketball here on the near side. So another turnover for the Lady Raiders. Broncos with the next chance to get the lead up into double digits. We've got a substitution, and in the lineup tonight for the first time for Southern Wells is Price as Lee's sits down. Isom triggers the ball inbounds to Craig. Reverses the ball to Malia Walker. Now the Heather Power on the left wing. She looks, gets it to Voss, top of the key. Reverses it to Isom. Isom's three-pointer right wing is up and good. Puts the Broncos up now by 12, 22-10 at the 2:30 mark here of quarter number 1. Nearly stolen away there by Power. And Hanauer goes right baseline, right wing to Bothus. Goes back to Hanauer. Hanauer 17-footer off the back iron. No good. Rebounds pulled off by Bothus of Southern Wells. She loses it. Fought for on the floor. And finally it's cleared off by Voss of Daleville. Audrey Voss now gives it off to Craig. Craig high right side. We're near the 2-minute mark. Craig drives right side. And ball's knocked out of bounds by Southern Wells' Trying to see who that was. That was Hanauer who knocked the ball out of bounds. It'll be Bronco basketball in front of the Southern Wells bench. Isom triggers the ball in bounds to Craig. Had a substitution there by Southern Wells. Tappy's back into the lineup. Power with it on the left side, left wing here for Daleville. She dribbles centers. It gives it off to Isom. Isom now penetrates, has it knocked away, stolen away by Southern Wells, and up with it is Hanauer. Her layup in the lane is up and good. Trims the lead to 10, 22-12. Craig with it now for Daleville. Broncos hold a 10-point lead. She goes high left side to Malia Walker on the left wing to Power, who drives the lane, puts up a shot in the lane. No good. Power will go to the line once again to shoot 2 free throws. That foul for Southern Wells is against Millie Price. That's her first. And that's the team's 7th. Free throw by Powler. This time rattles around and falls off the rim. No good. Isom sits down for Daleville as Walker comes back in. Free throws missed by Daleville, and up with it for Southern Wells is Tappy. They go down on the right baseline to Price. Price is trapped in the corner, and we got a whistle, and she stepped on the sideline. Turnover. Lady Raiders gives the ball back to Daleville. 1:19 to play here, quarter number 2. Broncos hold a 10-point lead. Craig with it across the timeline for Daleville. She goes high post to Malia Walker. Malia looking, gives it off to her sister, and she tries to reverse it to Craig, but it's knocked away. Loose ball picked up. They say it was an over and back violation against Daleville. Gives the ball back to Southern Wells. Hanauer triggered the ball in bounds for the Raiders. Gives it off to Tappy. Tappy penetrates. Gives it off to Price, left wing. Price backs it out. Gives it to Tappy now between the circles. Goes high post to Hanauer. Hanauer is trapped, nearly stolen away. They give it off to Tappy, back to Hanauer. Hanauer shot fake, goes down the right baseline to Bothus. Bothus 18-footers off the back iron. No good. Rebound fought for. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Price of Southern Wells gives the ball to Daleville. Walker triggers the ball inbounds to Craig. Gives it back to Walker. McKenzie across the timeline. Goes mid-post to Malia. Malia looking. Gives it off to her sister. Puts up a layup. Wide open, and Mackenzie Walker scores. It puts the Broncos back up by 12, 24-12, as we're down to nearly the 22nd mark. Stolen away by Malia Walker. Walker takes the leg to the court, puts up her left-handed layup, and it's good. Makes it a 26-12 Bronco lead as we are at the 10-second mark here, quarter number 2. Hanauer with it for Southern Wells, 7 seconds. She's looking, tries to go down inside to Bothus, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bothus, so it'll be Bronco basketball with 0.7 seconds to play. They get the ball inbounds to Craig, who just, clock has not started yet, and finally it does, and the horn sounds, and that ends the first half of play with the Lady Broncos on top by the score of 26-12. We will take a couple-minute break, and hopefully we'll be back with some halftime numbers. You are listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, we'll quickly look at some of the halftime numbers. And looking at Southern Wells, glancing at the scorebook, they just have 2 players who have scored. Number 24, Hanauer, has 3 2-point field goals for 6 points. And number 55, Thomas, also with 3 2-point field goals for 6 points. So Georgia Hanauer and Jaded Thomas lead the scoring for Southern Wells with 6 points apiece. Look at our own Lady Broncos. Emmy Isom had 1 3-pointer there in the second quarter for 3 points. Mackenzie Walker, 2 3-pointers, 1 2-point field goal for 8. Malia Walker had a 2-point field goal in each of the first 2 quarters for 4 points. Ashton Craig was 1 for 2 from the line for 1 point. Audrey Voss has 1 2-point field goal, 1 for 2 from the line for 3 points. And Heather Potler had 1 2-point field goal, and she was 5 of 8 from the line for 7 points. So Potler had 7, Mackenzie Walker with 8, Isom 3, Malia Walker 4, Craig with 1 point, and Audrey Voss with 3 points. So that's your scoring for the first half. First quarter score was Daleville 10, Southern Wells 8. Broncos outscored Southern Wells 16-4 there in the second quarter to extend that lead to 14 points at 26-12, and that is your halftime score. We'll take another couple minutes break and be back with second half action. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We're back here at Daleville High School. We're just about ready to get things underway once again here in quarter number 3. Broncos will be going back with Emmy Isom, Mackenzie Walker, Malia Walker, Heather Potler, and Audrey Voss. Isom triggers the ball in bounds to Mackenzie Walker. She goes high post to her sister Malia Walker. Turns face, kicks it back out on top to Isom. Isom now being pressured. Goes high left side to Walker. A loose ball on the floor, knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Mackenzie Walker. Turnover Broncos, gives the ball back. Or actually, I should say gives the ball to the Lady Raiders for the first time here in half number 2. Across the timeline is Tappy. She goes high left side here to Tucker, back to Tappy. Broncos in a 1-3-1. Extended zone defense to go down on the baseline to Fulton. Fulton tries to kick it back outside to Tappy, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Lady Raider basketball in front of their own bench. Tappy triggers the ball in bounds to Tucker. Tucker high right side. Gives it back off to Tappy. Tappy looking. Tries to go down the baseline, but it's knocked out of bounds by Isom. Raiders retain possession. Tappy will trigger the ball in bounds. She gets the ball back quickly. Tries to go down the baseline, but it's stolen away by Daleville. Walker with it across the timeline, goes up to Isom. Isom back to Walker. Tries to go down inside to Voss, and she was fouled on that entry pass. Looked like by Thomas of the Bronco basketball on the near side. Walker will trigger the ball in bounds to Isom. Isom working against pressure. Nearly loses it. Goes high right side to Walker. Walker drives right side. Mackenzie looking, being pressured. Goes down inside to Voss. Voss's 3-footer in the lanes, up off the rim. No good. Rebound cleared off by Potler. Potler shot fake. Kicks it back out to Isom. Isom now between the circles. Goes to Malia Walker. Left wing to Potler. Potler looking. Gives it back to Voss. Voss near side here to Mackenzie Walker, who's down inside to Potler. Potler turns around, kicks it back out on top to Walker. Walker shot fakes, penetrates, bumped hard, kicks it off to her sister. That three-pointer is up and good to Mackenzie Walker. Knocks down a 3, makes it a 29-12 Bronco lead. Tappy goes high post to Thomas, kicks it out left side to Hanauer. Hanauer's 3 is up and good. Trims the Bronco lead back to 14, 29-15 your score. Mackenzie Walker. Between the circles, drives right side, backs it back out, sips it across to Potler. Potler shot fakes, drives left baseline, kicks it back out to Malia Walker, reverses it near side to Isom. Isom working against pressure, gives to Mackenzie Walker. Her 3-pointer, high left side is off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound cleared off by Southern Wells' Tucker. She gives it off to Tappy across the timeline, being pressured there by Potler. Goes high right side with it to Hanauer. Hanauer goes right baseline to Fulton. Fulton tries to go inside to Tappy, but it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Broncos will be Raider basketball. Out of bounds on the baseline. Correction will be on the near side. And Isom sits down for Daleville. Back in the lineup is Craig. Tappy triggers the ball in bounds to Hanauer for Southern Wells. She's between the circles. Now gives it off to Tappy. Tappy with it, goes high right side to Hanauer, back to Tappy. Tappy between the circles to Hanauer, or correction, that's to Thomas. Gives it off to Hanauer, whose 3-pointer right baseline is good. Makes it a 29-18 ball game. Broncos lead it by 8, or correction, by 11. Craig with it now for Daleville. Dribbles right wing, now dribbles right baseline, puts up a runner. It is up and good. Ashlyn Craig knocks down a runner in the lane, makes it a 31-18 Bronco lead. Tappy across the timeline with it, comes high side here. They go high post to Thomas, who loses it, but picked up there by Fulton. Left baseline jump shot's no good. Rebound cleared off there by Hanauer, and we're going to get a whistle. They say it's Southern Wells basketball. Tappy triggers the ball in bounds. Gets it in near side here to Tucker. Tucker dribble centers. It goes high right side to Hanauer. Hanauer drives right side, pulls up 12-footers. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Makes it a 31-20 contest. Raiders trim the Bronco lead to 11. 4:42 to play here. Third quarter, Craig with it between the circles for Daleville. Drives left side, spin, dribble, nearly loses it. Regains control, dribbles right wing, reverses it to Powler. Powler's three-pointer straight away is up and good. Heather Powler buries a three, makes it a 34-20 Bronco lead. 4:25 to play here, quarter number 3. Tappy with it for Southern Wells, goes high left side here to Tucker, goes high post to Thomas, back out on top to Tappy between the circles. Now here on the near side to Tucker, gives it back to Tappy. Tappy to Tucker. She looks, goes high post. They kick it back out on top to Tappy. Her three-pointers off the back iron. Rebound cleared off by Powler of Daleville. She gives it off to Mackenzie Walker. Walker across the timeline. Nearly has it stolen away, but she crossover dribbles. Three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Powler, who puts it back out up and in, makes it a 36-20 Bronco lead. 3:40 to play here, quarter number 3. Broncos lead by 16. High left side, the ball comes here to Tucker. Back between the circles now to Tappy. Tappy to Tucker. Working against the Broncos. 2-3 zone defense. They go in the mid-post to Thomas, who hits a turnaround jump shot, makes it a 36-22 contest. Broncos lead it by 14. Craig across the timeline for Daleville. Craig now goes high post to Walker. Has it knocked away. She dumps it off to Craig. Craig loses it. Picked up in the lane there by Thomas of Southern Wells. She gives it off to Tappy. Tappy goes high right side to Tucker. Back to Tappy. Tappy goes high post. They kick it back out. The loose ball's picked up. Fought for, out of bounds. Last touch by Walker of Daleville. Be Raider basketball on the far side as Noble re-enters the lineup for Southern Wells, replacing Fulton. Ball's triggered in. Tappy with it high right side for Southern Wells. Gives it off to Tucker. Tucker looking. Gives it back to Tappy now between the circles. Broncos in his own defense. They try to go down on the baseline to Thomas. Is knocked away momentarily. They get it back out on top to Tappy. Reverses it around to Tucker. Down right baseline. It goes to Noble. Noble tries to feed the post, but it's knocked away by Powler. But they're going to get Heather with a foul. Reaching over the top there. A little bit ticky-tacky, but it'll be Southern Wells basketball nonetheless. That's Heather's first foul. Raiders lob the ball in bounds. The shot's put up by Noble in the lane. It's no good, but she's fouled. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. A little bit too easy getting that inbounds lob into the middle of the lane there for Southern Wells. And with that, Noble will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul will go against Voss. That's her second, as Noble's first free throw's up and no good. Broncos still hold that 14-point lead. Noble's second free throw is up. This one's good. Makes it a 36-23 contest. Walker triggers the ball inbounds to Craig. Craig with it between the circles. Dribbles right wing. Goes down the post to Walker. That's Malia Walker. She gives it out to her sister. Three-pointer straight away is off the front iron. No good. Rebound is cleared off by Noble of Southern Wells. She gives it off to Tappy. Tappy now, a correction, that was now Tappy with it. It was momentarily the ball was with Hanauer. It's back to Tappy. Tries to pass it into the middle of the lane to Hanauer, but it's stolen away. Loose ball on the floor. We're going to get a foul against Southern Wells. They're going to get Hanauer, I believe. Craig with it for Daleville. That's Hanauer's second foul. Craig now between circles, goes high left side to Malia Walker, now to Powler. Powler left wing, looking, gets it out on top to Voss. Voss looking, gives it off to Walker, goes down inside to Powler. Powler, jump shot in the lane is up, off the back iron, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Southern Wells is Hanauer. Hanauer brings it across the 10-second line, being pressured there by Powler. Gives it off near side to Tucker, down on the baseline to Thomas, skips it out on top. We got a whistle and a timeout by Southern Wells. And with that, we'll take a break. Lady Broncos lead it 36-23. You're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. It'll be Southern Wells basketball out underneath their own basket. Tappy will trigger the ball in bounds. She looks. Goes down inside, gets the ball in bounds to Noble, who puts up the layup and scores it. That was too easy. Trims the Bronco lead to 11, 36-25, as we're down to the minute 20 mark here of quarter number 3. Craig with it on the right wing, has it stolen away. Up with it for Southern Wells. It's stolen right back. Tappy had it, but stolen by Walker. They're going to get Tappy with the push. Gives the ball back to Daleville. Broncos will trigger it in on the near side. Mackenzie Walker was the one who got fouled. She's going to trigger it in front of the Broncos cheering section, student section. Craig with it now between the circles for Daleville. She tries to go backdoor to Potler, but it was sniffed out there by the Lady Raiders, stolen away. Tappy with it for Southern Wells, goes high right side to Hanauer. Hanauer goes down on the baseline to Noble. Noble kicks it back out on top, and they're going to get Tappy with the travel as she took a step as she tried to step into her pass there. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. We're under a minute to play here, quarter number 3. Broncos still up by 11. Southern Wells has cut into that lead a little bit. It was as much as 14 at least. Walker with it goes to Malia, left wing to Potler. Potler back out on top to Voss. Voss near side now to Isom, who's in the back into the ball game for Daleville. Gets it to Walker. Malia Walker's 3-pointers up, no good. Rebound, loose ball, fought for, picked up by Thomas. She gives it off quickly to Hanauer. Gets it up quickly to Noble. Noble's runner in the lane is up and good, and Noble will go to the line to shoot a free throw. Trims the Bronco lead to 9 and a chance to trim it all the way down to 8. It'll be as close as Southern Wells has gotten it in some time if she can convert that. Noble's free throw. Up and good. Makes it a 38-26 ball game. 26 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Walker across the time with it for the Broncos. McKenzie goes high left side to Potler. Potler. Left wing, penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner. It's up and no good, but she's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. So, Heather Potler was a patented runner in the lane that won't go, but again, she goes to the free throw line with a chance to put the Broncos back up on top by 10 if she can convert these 2. The first free throw's up and nothing but the bottom of the net. 13.4 seconds to play. Heather readies her second free throw. That one is up and also good. Makes it a 10-point spread once again. Southern Wells triggers the ball in bounce. Tappy with it now. Working against pressure. Nearly traveled there. They give it off to Hanauer. Hanauer drives the lane, puts up a runner, banks it off the glass and in. Trims the lead back down to 8 as Daleville has it 2 seconds. 1 second. They're not aware of the time. Walker's half-court shot is up and no good. Broncos lead it by the score of 38-20. Daleville up 38-20. We will take a break and be back with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back once again here at Daleville High School, where the Southern Wells Lady Raiders outscored Daleville by an 18-12 count there in quarter number 3, and they were able to trim what was a 14-point lead down to 8. Again, your score 38-30. Daleville leads it as we ready for fourth quarter action here. Broncos come back with Emmy Isom, Voss, both Walker sisters, and Craig. Walker triggers the ball inbounds to Craig. She goes high right side to Isom. Isom uses the ball screen, dribble centers it, skips across to Walker. Walker uses Malia's ball screen. Now she dribbles, tries to go to inside to her sister, but it's stolen away. She telegraphed that pass up with it as Hanauer. Hanauer, runner into the lane, is knocked away, but we're going to get a foul against Daleville. Hanauer, I believe, will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Nope, they say apparently it was before the shot, so it'll be Southern Wells basketball. Tapio triggered the ball inbounds. They get the ball inbounds to Hanauer. Hanauer loses it momentarily. Now has it knocked out of bounds by Walker. It'll be Southern Wells basketball in front of their own bench. Ball's triggered inbounds. Hanauer with it here on the near side to Tucker now. Tucker looking, goes down on the baseline. 19-footer is up and good by Tappy. Makes it a 38-32 contest. Craig with it across the timeline for Daleville. Goes high right side to Walker, to McKenzie. Gets it on top to Voss. Works it around to Isom. Isom looking. Reverses it to Malia Walker. Now high left side to Craig. Craig on the left wing. Gives it to Voss. They reverse it near side now to Mackenzie Walker. Gives it back to Malia. Malia left side to Isom. Broncos working some clock here. They get it out on top to Voss. Near side here to Craig, who lets fly with a three-pointer from the wing. It's too strong. Saved by Walker, but she promptly tosses it out of bounds into the Bronco bench. Gives the ball back over to Southern Wells. Lady Raiders with a chance to cut into this lead even more, currently trailing by just 6. Tappy with it now, straight away for Southern Wells, goes high right side to Hanauer, back to Tappy. Tappy to Noble, baseline to Hanauer, goes down inside to Thomas. Thomas loses it, stolen away by Daleville. Craig with it now, across the timeline. So costly turnover there if you're a Southern Wells fan. Craig now, between the circles, goes high left side to Walker. Walker left wing, uses a screen from a sister, screen and roll. She tries to give it off to Malia, but it's stolen away by Southern Wells. Turnovers in succession there. Runner in the lane is put up and no good there by Hanauer, and they're going to get Hanauer with a charging foul. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. 6:14 to play here, quarter number 4. Broncos holding on to an 8-point lead. They've had led by as many as 14 at least. Walker with it now, gives it off to Craig. And we got a horn. And the scores table wants to confer with the officials. That last foul was against Hanauer. Southern Wells are going to give the ball to Daleville. They're going to go the length of the court here. 6:12 to go. Craig across the timeline. Goes high post to Malia Walker. She looks, reverses it to her sister. Three-pointer, left wing is off the front iron. No good. Rebound squared off by Thomas. So the Broncos are cold from the three-point arc. Don't have the numbers in front of me, but it's been a while since they've hit one. Runner in the lane is put up there by Southern Wells. It's Hanauer, and it's good. Trims the Bronco lead to 4. Up with it quickly is Mackenzie Walker. She tries to get it to her sister Malia, but it goes off her fingertips and out of bounds. Another turnover for Daleville, and Southern Wells now with the opportunity to get within 2 or possibly even 1. Hanauer triggers the ball and bounce to Tappy. Tappy goes high near side to Tucker. Tucker back to Tappy. Between the circles, high right side, it goes to Hanauer. Hanauer back out on top. Now penetration there, and a jump shot is up and no good there by Tappy. Rebound cleared off by Daleville. Up with it is Mackenzie Walker. Walker across the timeline, penetrates, loses it momentarily, picks it back up, goes down the baseline to Craig. Craig drives right baseline, dumps it back off to Voss. Voss's jumper in the lane's too strong. Rebound's cleared off by Thomas of Southern Wells. She gives it off now to Hanauer. Hanauer penetrates, Goes high right side to Tappy. They try to go down inside. They do to Noble. Kick it back out on top. And there's a jump shot in and out and back in there by Hanauer. Makes it a 38-36 game. And with that, the Broncos call a timeout. So Southern Wells has trimmed the lead down to just 2 points. 4:49 to go. Daleville timeout. You're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. It'll be Daleville basketball. 4:49 to play here, quarter number 4. Broncos holding on to a scant 2-point lead. Craig with it for the Broncos across the timeline. Broncos have gone pretty much ice cold here recently. They go into Walker. Walker at the mid post. Dribbles it out, gives it off to McKenzie. McKenzie's three-pointer up off the rim, no good. Broncos still ice cold from the field. Rebounds cleared off by Southern Wells, and with it now is Hanauer. Hanauer working against pressure from Powler. Powler's knocked down, but no whistle. Tappy goes left base or right wing to Hanauer, who loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover, Southern Wells gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Broncos hoping to end this scoring drought and pad that lead as they currently hold on to a slim 2-point margin. Craig with it across the timeline. Dribbles right wing. Looking. Goes to Powler. Powler straight away. Shot fake. Picks up her dribble. Gives it off to Walker. Walker now between the circles. 4 minutes to go here, quarter number 4. Walker backs it out. 40 feet from the basket. Goes high left side to Powler. Powler. Shot fake. Now she looks. Takes a dribble. Looking now. Goes inside to Voss. Voss nearly lost it, but puts up a run of the lane. It's no good, but Audrey Voss is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That foul goes against Jaden Thomas of Southern Wells. That's her second. Team 6. Voss's free throw is up off the back iron, no good. Lid on the basket on this end of the court for Daleville here in the latter part of the third and early part of the fourth quarter. Voss will try to see if she can connect on her second one. It is up, and this one is finally good. Puts Daleville up by 3, 39-36. Tappy across the timeline with it for Southern Wells. Broncos still on her 1-3-1. Goes high right side to Tucker. Back to Tappy. Tappy penetrates now near side with it to Hanauer. Hanauer looking, gets it back out to Tappy. Right side to Tucker. They go high post to Thomas, but it's knocked away, stolen away. We're going to get a foul called, and I believe it's going to go against Thomas of Southern Wells. So it'll be Bronco basketball. They'll go the length of the court. 3:26 to play. 39-36 your score. Broncos lead it by 3. Substitution. Horn sounded. Not sure. No, they say that was a bonus free throw. So to the line for Daleville will go Audrey Voss. Audrey was 1 of 2 her last time. See if she can convert these. Audrey's first free throw is up. Off the rim, no good. Rebound cleared off by Thomas of Southern Wells. She gives it off to Hanauer. They get it up to Tucker, now to Tappy. Tappy now between the circles being pressured by, they go left side. Jump shot by Hanauer's no good. Rebound fought for, finally cleared off by Potler. And we got a whistle, and a foul is going to go against Southern Wells. I think they're going to get Tucker with that foul. Juniper Tucker, that's her first foul. That sounds Heather Potler to the line. Her free throw is up and good. Puts Daleville up by 4. Heather's second free throw is also good. Makes it a 41-36 contest. 3:10 to play here, quarter number 4. Across the timeline with it for Southern Wells is Tappy. She goes high right side to Tucker. Tucker goes into the top of the key to Hanauer, who goes down inside to Hole. That was Noble, and she's fouled. Foul goes against Mackenzie Walker. Be Southern Wells ball. They lob the ball inside to Noble. Noble puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Thomas, and Thomas is fouled. So Jaden Thomas will go to the line for Southern Wells. Foul goes against Ashlyn Craig. That's her second. Team 6th. Free throw by Thomas is up and no good. Broncos hang on to that 5-point lead here momentarily at least. Jaden Thomas readies her second free throw. It is up and good. Makes it a 41-37 contest. Walker triggers the ball inbounds to Craig. Craig across the timeline. 2:50 to play here. Craig now goes high left side to Malia Walker. Left wing to Powler. Powler jab step, gets it back out on top to Voss. Voss now to Craig, or that's Walker, who drives the right baseline, puts up a runner. It's no good. Rebound fought for, cleared off by Southern Wells. Up with it is Tappy. Tappy working against pressure in the backcourt, gives it off to Tucker. Tucker now back to Tappy. Broncos still in the 1-3-1 extended defense. They go near side to Hanauer. They skip it across to Tucker. They try to go down inside to Thomas. It's knocked away. Back now with it is Tappy. They go high right side to Tucker, back to Tappy, working against pressure. They go left baseline with it now to Hanauer. It's knocked away, but it's picked up by Southern Wells' Tappy. Tappy now to Hanauer. Hanauer dribble centers it, goes down the right baseline to Noble. Noble puts up a shot in the lane. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for, tied up. We got a jump ball called. Possession arrow points in the direction of Southern Wells. So the Lady Raiders will take the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. 2:01 to play here in the contest. Broncos hold a 4-point lead. Hanauer triggers the ball inbounds to Noble. Back to Hanauer. Drives the right baseline. Puts up her wild shot. It's no good, but the rebound's pulled off by Tucker, who puts a shot back up, and she's fouled. So to the line will go Juniper Tucker of Southern Wells. She'll try to cut into the Bronco 4-point lead. 1:55 to go in the contest. Tucker's free throw is up and good. Makes it a 41-38 score. Broncos lead it by just 3. Tucker readies her second free throw. It's up off the back iron, no good. Rebounds loose on the floor, fought for. Whistle and a jump ball. Possession error, this time points in favor of the Broncos. And with that, Coach Fouch, I believe, calls a timeout. So we'll take a short break. 41-38 your score, 1:53 to play. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. It'll be Bronco basketball, 1:53 to play in the contest. Broncos hold on to a 41-38 lead. Walker will trigger the ball and bounds to Craig. They'll go the length of the court. Southern Wells back in a man-to-man defense. Craig now between the circles, goes high left side to Powell. Powell looks, uses the ball screen, dribble centers, kicks it off to Walker. Walker now dribble centers, penetrates, gives it off to Craig. She loses it out of bounds. Turnover by the Broncos, a costly one. Gives the ball back to Southern Wells. Hanauer triggers the ball and bounds to Tappy, gives it back to Hanauer, now back to Tappy. Tappy now near side to Tucker. Tucker skips it across to Hanauer. Her three-pointer's on the way. Rims in and out, no good. Rebounds fought for, jump ball called And I think that possession error will go in the direction of Southern Wells, so they'll have the ball out of bounds. Trailing by just 3 points. Tappy triggers the ball in bounds, gets it into Hanauer, back to Tappy. Tappy gets it out between the circles to Tucker. Back to Tappy, high right side. Goes right wing to Hanauer, back to Tappy. Tappy between the circles, now near side to Tucker, back to Tappy between the circles. Nearing a minute to play in the ball game. High right side with it. They give it back to Tappy, now near side to Tucker, just passing the ball back around the perimeter. Now they go down on the right wing. It goes to Hanauer. Her three-pointer's up, no good. Rebound cleared off by Malia Walker. Daleville gives it off to her sister Mackenzie. She drives right side near sideline. She backs it back out. Now between the circles to Craig. 44 seconds to go in the ball game. Craig now content to work some clock. Goes high right side to Mackenzie Walker, back to Craig. Craig now 40 feet straight away. On the dribble. Still on the dribble. Nearly stolen away. Craig now gives it off to Walker, high right side, and we're going to get a reach-in foul against Noble. And with that reach-in foul, she's going to sit down. That was Noble's 5th foul, so Lees will re-enter the contest for Southern Wells. And with that, Southern Wells takes a timeout. We'll take another short break. 41-38 your score, 24.3 seconds to play. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Stepping to the line for Lady Broncos will be Mackenzie Walker. She's shooting one in the bonus. First free throws off the back iron, no good, but rebound's pulled off by Voss. She puts it back up, no good. Rebound fought for, cleared off by Southern Wells. Up with it now is Hanauer. Hanauer gets it off to Tappy. Tappy now between the circles, drives the lane, puts up a runner. Up and good. Makes it a 41-40 contest with 10.5 seconds to play. Southern Wells calls a timeout, so Southern Wells has come all the way back to cut that Bronco lead to just 1 point, 41-40. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. .41-40 your score. Broncos lead it by 1. They got to go the length of the court. Southern Wells picking up a full court man-to-man pressure. 10.5 seconds to go in the ball game. Malia Walker looking to trigger the ball inbound, gets the ball inbounds to Craig. Craig with it, has it knocked out of bounds. We're going to get a foul call against Riley Tappy of Southern Wells, and that will send Ashlyn Craig to the line to shoot 1 and bonus. I believe, no, I think that's 10th foul, so I believe it's going to be double bonus. Yep, she'll be shooting 2 shots. Ashlyn Craig. with a chance to put the Broncos up by 3 if she can convert. 7.4 seconds to go in the contest. First free throws off the back iron, no good. Ashlyn readies her second free throw. It is up, and this one's good. Makes it a 42-40 contest. Southern Wells gets the ball in bounds. Hanauer with it, drives it, gets the ball up quickly to Tucker. We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Southern Wells with just 2.1 seconds to play. Broncos hold a 2-point lead. So we'll see what Southern Wells coach can draw up here with 2.1 seconds to play. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Southern Wells basketball. They'll take the ball out of bounds on the far side in front of their own bench. 2.1 seconds to play. Tappy will trigger the ball in bounds. She looks, gets the ball in bounds, and promptly throws it away. She tried to get the ball in bounds. It looked like she was trying to go there to Bothus, but it went off her fingertips and out of bounds. So it'll be Bronco basketball with 0.4 seconds to go. And triggering the ball in bounds will be Malia Walker. And with that, we will take another timeout. Coach Fouch calls the timeout. So we'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. It's going to be Daleville basketball with 0.4 seconds to play. They'll be triggering the ball in bounds in front of the scorer's table. Malia Walker. Broncos lead it by 2 points, 42-40. Malia looking, gets the ball in bounds to Potter, and then she's immediately fouled. As the officials confer. And apparently I stand corrected. I think I said 0.4 seconds to play. It was 4 seconds to play. So my mistake there, because the clock now shows 2.1 seconds. Although the officials are discussing the time remaining right now. Still Daleville basketball. Malia Walker. Malia was going to trigger it in. She's left that spot momentarily. We'll see what Coach Faust wants done here in terms of triggering the ball in bounds, but she's still discussing things with the official in front of her own bench. It's going to be Malia Walker. 2.1 seconds. Broncos lead it by 2. Walker lobs it into Potler. Stolen away. And a shot at the horn is up off the back of the backboard. No good. Broncos hold on to take this non-conference game by the score of 42-20. 40. That is your final score. We will take a couple-minute break and be back with some final numbers. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. We are back here for the final time at Daleville High School, where the Lady Broncos have held on for a 42-40 victory over the Southern Wells Lady Raiders this evening. We'll look at some of the scoring totals here. First, for the Lady Raiders of Southern Wells, they were led in scoring by the 20 points of Georgia Hanauer. She was the only Lady Raider in double figures. Next up for the Lady Raiders was Jaden Thomas, who had 9 points. And then Kirtland Noble had 6. Riley Tappy had 4. And Juniper Tucker was 1 for 2 from the line for 1 point. So the Lady Raiders, once again, were led in scoring by Hanover's 20 and Thomas's 9 points. Looking at our Lady Broncos, they were led in scoring tonight by Heather Potler, 16 points. And she had 2 2-point field goals, 1 3-point field goal, but she was 9 of 12 from the line to give you those 16 points. The only other Bronco tonight in double figures was Mackenzie Walker, and she hit 3 3-pointers as well as 1 2-pointer for her 11 points. And then we had 4 girls with 4 points, Audrey Voss, Ashlyn Craig, and Malia Walker. Those three had 4 points. And then Emmy Isom knocked down a three-pointer there in the second quarter for 3 points. So, again, Broncos were led in scoring by Heather Potler, 16 points, and Mackenzie Walker's 11 points. Game started out with the Broncos jumping out to a 10-8 first quarter lead. They outscored Southern Wells in the second quarter 16-4, and really that's what proved to be the big quarter for Daleville, and actually was what really catapulted them into the win, as they really went pretty cold in the second half. In the third quarter, they were outscored by Southern Wells 18-12, and in the fourth quarter, the Broncos were only able to put up 4 points as they were outscored 10-4 there in quarter number 4, but were just barely able to hang on for a 42-40 victory. The loss for Southern Wells drops their record to 4-7 overall. The win for Daleville puts them up over 500 at 5-4. And the next game for the Lady Broncos will be this Saturday as they host the Muncie Burris Lady Owls. That's going to just about do it here from Daleville High School. We will see you next time. Good evening, everyone.